So another 3 weeks have flown by, and that means we get another roster update in MLB The Show 23 Diamond Dynasty. You know the drill. Shout out to you guys for giving me so much support on these videos. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys the best players to invest in for the upcoming fielding roster update. Note, fielding, let me just add something real quick. This is the fielding update. No hitting or pitching attributes are going to be touched, so don't invest in guys who are hitters unless they have good fielding, or for pitching unless they get an increase to velocity or to their fielding ratings. So yeah, let's get into it. The first card for today is Luis Robert Jr. And look, I know he is very expensive and rightfully so. He's a lock. But if you really think about it, he's at an 84 overall right now. His fielding is really bad on his card, but in real life, he has 98 outs above average and a 67 outfielder jump percentiles on Baseball Savant. So the fielding should be in the 90s, and the reaction should go into at least like the 70s, I would say. And giving you that much of a boost as an outfielder is going to drastically increase this guy's overall, and he already is the hitting. So I honestly think Luis Robert could go to an 87, maybe an 88, which means that you're going to be getting profit. Now, if you invested earlier, you'd be making more stubs. But like I did, I bought mine at 1,700. So, you know, I don't want to brag. But regardless, it's not as good as it normally is, but you could still make profit off of Robert. Kind of the same situation for Wanda Franco. He's at basically an 85 overall for quick sell at 3,000, but I think he can pass it. It's not a guarantee. But if he just goes to an 85, then you just break even and you don't gain anything, but you also don't lose anything. Looking at his fielding stats, 67, 56, 68, 72 is pretty bad. And he is in the 100th percentile for outs above average, which means he has been the best defender in the entire MLB this season. Yeah, I'm not kidding. And he is 67 fielding. So the fielding should go to like 95 at least. And I mean, they could mix in a couple of the other stats that were a little accurate based off of Baseball Savant. But man, if he gets like a plus 25 to his fielding, who knows what his overall will be. Now that we have the two locks out of the way, here are some guys who you can legitimately invest in and get serious profit. You can still get profit off of those guys because it's going to be a much bigger challenge because they're already so expensive. But regardless, we have Julio Rodriguez here having a down year compared to last year, not necessarily playing horribly, but just not up to the standards of last year. But if we look at his fielding stats, he has 78 fielding, 92 arm, 45 accuracy, and 61 reaction. On Baseball Savant, he has a 98 outs above average, which means he's one of the best defenders in the league. And 78 fielding does not represent that. That should be in the 90s. And so I don't think that's going to be enough to put him to diamond, but you could still make profit going from an 82 to an 84. And if he starts heating up at the plate, has a good couple weeks, he'll be an easy diamond. He's almost quick sell for an 82. So let's say he goes to an 84. You're making a little over 500 subs per Julio Rodriguez. Now, Anthony Rizzo for my Yankees has been horrible offensively for the past month and a half, almost 2 months. But defensively, it's a different story. So Anthony Rizzo has had a 90 outs above average, which is very, very good. That's Gold Glove candidacy, and his fielding rating is 59. Everything else is pretty accurate. His arm strength, I mean, infielders don't really have good arm strength. I mean, why would they? But his fielding rating at 59 is very bad. That's got to be at least, he should be 90 overall fielding. And a 31 overall jump for fielding, who knows what that's going to do to his overall. The crazy thing about these fielding updates is that the overalls are going to fluctuate a lot more than you think because of the way that the overalls move. I mean, look, if you invest in him, he's a little over his quick sell, 200 subs over. Let's say he goes to an 84, you'll be making around 700 per Rizzo, but you're going to want to sell him right after you cash out on him because his hitting has been so bad. Now, Alex Verdugo has been pretty bad defensively this year. His outs above average is around 50, so his fielding rating could go down a tiny bit, but it's not really going to be changed that much. The real thing to look at for Alex Verdugo is his arm strength. His arm strength in Baseball Savant is 95, the 95th percentile, and his arm rating is 76. and his outfielder jump is 84th percentile, and his reaction is 51. Those two alone will get him up to like an 82, 83. He might get a tiny decrease to fielding, but those two increases to arm strength and reaction are drastic, and he's around the quick sell of an 82. So again, you got to invest earlier, but if you still invest, you could still make stubs. I'm just so interested to see how SDS makes these fielding ratings, because Bobby Witt Jr. this year has had a 97 outs above average, and he's a common defender with 49 fielding, 54 reaction. If they're strictly on Baseball Savant and Bobby Witt Jr. was just that horrible defensively last year and then becomes an elite defensive shortstop the year after, then props to him. But looking at this card, he could go up to like an 83, man, just from fielding. And if he can just have a hot July, he could go diamond in the next update. If you invest in him right now, obviously he's a little expensive for his overall. But let's say he goes to an 82, you're guaranteed your subs back and a little more. If he goes to an 83, you're guaranteed like pretty good profit. And then if he goes to an 83 and he starts hitting well, then boom, he goes to diamond and you make a ton of stubs. Nathaniel Lowe is another guy, kind of like Bobby Witt Jr., where I think he has a smaller chance of going diamond. But, I mean, those fielding stats, 47, 50, 59, 60, with an 87 outs above average, decreased a tiny bit since I made this list, but still deserving of a huge upgrade. He should go up to a gold defender, I would say, and with 47 fielding, that's going to result in a huge jump. Again, price is a little inflated at the quick sell of an 81, but I think he could go above that, like an 82, 83. I don't feel like anyone is discussing Josh Young, or it's not Jung, it's Josh Young for, I don't know why I said Jung, Josh Young for this fielding update. He has a 68 fielding rating, and this year he's been elite, 93 outs above average for the percentile. I mean, another big upgrade. I mean, look, they're all going to have really good savant numbers, and Josh Young has that. And if you look at his price, not really that inflated. I mean, 76 overall. If he goes to an 80 overall, you're going to be making 220. Wait, yeah, 220. I thought my math was just all messed up there. You're going to be making 220 per Josh Young's you buy. Orlando Arcia so far has a 95 outs above average, and his fielding rating is a 73. Giving him like a plus 20 for fielding, could get him near gold, and he's around 100 stubs. Invest in him. Thairo Estrada is another guy who has putrid defensive ratings and has been elite defensively this year. He has 99 outs above average. I mean, again, another elite defender this year. 46 fielding. If he gets a plus 50, to defense, he's going to go gold. And look, I made a TikTok the other day, and it's unfortunate that my TikTok alone has rose the price of Thairo Estrada and a couple other guys I'm going to mention after this, which, look, I don't mean for that to happen. I genuinely just want to help. But if he goes gold, you'll still be making stubs because the gold quick sell is 400 if he goes to an 80. JD Davis is another guy who I posted on TikTok as a good investment, and his price isn't actually as high as what it used to be, thankfully. So you can still invest in him. He's currently at a 72 overall. If you look at his defensive stats, 40 fielding, and JD Davis has a 94 outs above average. If he gets another, just like Thairo Estrada, if he gets a plus 50 to fielding, he will be a lot higher than a 72 and going to give you a ton of stubs because he's only 80 stubs. Let's say he goes to like a 77. What's that quick sell, like 150? And if he goes even close to a gold, that's going to be a lot of stubs. The last guy of the day is Brenton Doyle from the Colorado Rockies. Now, this guy was my completely under the radar investment. And unfortunately, just like Estrada, look, again, I don't mean for this to happen, but because of my TikTok, the price really went up. I'm gonna be honest, it's not really as good of an investment as it was 3 days ago when he was quick sell at 25 when I made that TikTok. I'm not selling my Brenton Doyles because that's market manipulation. I'm gonna quick sell them when he goes up because that's what I intended for. But looking at his fielding and speed metrics too, I have a speed investment. Brenton Doyle has a 93 outs above average and 98 arm strength percentile, holy English, and 98th percentile for sprint speed. So fielding is 66, that's going to go up a ton. Arm, 69, nice, that's going to go up a ton. And then speed, 79, that's going to go up as well. I mean, look, he could still go up and make you some stubs, but it's unfortunate that the way that the market completely inflated him. But still, really good investment. So yeah, that's going to be for So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But most importantly, make sure to subscribe right here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.